Hello, I'm Joe Simpson, and my Potluck is John Bellairs' 1973 novel, The House with the Clock in its Walls. Children's literature is a near constant source of joy in my life. A statement I realise being an adult, other adults might have a tendency to scoff at. It may sound overly millennial, but there's something about the pace of such works that appeals to me. They're quick, they're refreshing, and when they're good, they're subtle. The power of suggestion, I believe, is crucial to the lasting appeal of many children's books. Insinuation over outright certainty. The House with the Clock in its Walls is a relatively new find for me, and very much a less is more piece of writing. Having now seen the recent adaptation, it's safe to say that the novel is a different beast. Gothic, less outwardly zany and more reflective. The movie, I'm sure, will find its audience, but it's the book that blew me away. Bellairs' 40s set novel tells the story of a young orphan, Louis Barneveld, moving to the Michigan town of New Zebedee to live with his eccentric Uncle Jonathan.
Chevrolet presents Western Michigan, vacation land of the inland seas.
Jonathan turns out to be a low-level warlock and lives next door to Mrs. Zimmerman, a fellow practitioner of occult magic. The pair quickly establish themselves as new parental figures for Louis, before the mysteries surrounding Jonathan's titular house threaten to unseat their newfound family.
What is that mysterious ticking noise?
Louis Barneveld is a wonderfully realised protagonist, brave and intelligent one moment, yet pathetic and unlikable the next. His childhood troubles feel very real, namely being bullied about his weight, and his attempts to make friends in the new town, though often misguided, are heartbreaking and all too familiar. These issues only help to exacerbate matters when the central mystery comes into play.
What do you mean?
Well, you guys hardly get on, do you?
No, what does exacerbate mean?
It means, to make things worse.
Right.
There's a beautiful vagueness to the magic involved. It seems to me that we're in an age now where people are obsessed with how things work within fictional worlds and the minutiae that goes along with that. Bellairs keeps things refreshingly simple, allowing things to happen and then moving swiftly on. Again, the power of suggestion keeps the reader engaged, forcing them to use their imagination and piece things together with the little information given. I think that, contrary to popular belief, people like to work for their meal. It also allows for darker themes to emerge in the material because nothing is entirely off limits. This oblique quality is reflected in Edward Gorey's pen and ink illustrations, which work in tandem with Bellairs' sparse prose to really nail the foreboding tone. As a final note, I've attached a few appendages in the description if you want to know a bit more about the novel, its recent film adaptation, or Edward Gorey, though I warn you, some of these lean heavily into spoiler territory. I've tried my best to avoid addressing the novel's central mystery here, but unlike the work in question, some of these sources aren't so subtle. I've also attached an affiliate link if you wish to purchase the book via Amazon.
Yes.
If you're at all interested in Gothic literature, not unlike the work of Lemony Snicket, I would wholeheartedly recommend The House with the Clock in its Walls. If you have kids or know any that you can introduce to Bellairs' masterpiece, even better. I'm sure they'll thank you for it. The mouse with a cock in its balls. I might put that in at some point, but maybe not.